everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel. I'm Vanya, personal trainer at our Wellington location, and this is Victoria, personal trainer here at the Wellington location at Freeform Fitness as well. And today we're going to be talking about how to properly train your ab muscles or your core.
So the core is made up of not only just what we consider our abs, which is normally what a lot of people would say like the six-pack is, but the core also includes the muscles on the side of your body, so your obliques, and as well as muscles on the back of your body, so the muscles that extend your low back, and then also your glutes as well, because those are all keeping your core nice and tight when you're doing movements.
Essentially, you can consider all of your core muscles as being any muscle that attaches to your spine. So yeah, all the way around your torso. Those muscles work together to maintain stability and protect your spine.
So there are two ways to train your core. There's the way that people would consider how you get your six-pack, so doing movements that engage those muscles on the front, and then also doing it functionally. So those are movements that train your torso in many different planes of motion so that you're learning to functionally use your core to support your torso in movements.
So in today's video, we'll start by going over some exercises that will help you get that six-pack. And then we'll also go over some exercises that will help you with maintaining good core stability to help you with whatever activities you need your core to support you to do.
So let's talk about how you would actually get a six-pack. A lot of people will do crunches, hundreds of crunches or sit-ups, but just like any other muscle, you need to have progressive overload, which means loading up the muscle, continuously challenging it. So you actually need to add load to be increasing the muscle size of your abs.
And in addition to building the actual muscles, what's important for wanting to see that visual six-pack is making sure that you're on track with your nutrition. We all actually have that six-pack underneath us, but not all of us are lean enough for the muscles to actually show up. So if you want a six-pack, in addition to doing all these exercises that we'll be showing you today, you also want to make sure that you're eating in a caloric deficit and getting leaner, losing the body fat so that you can actually see your muscles.
To get that six-pack, you need to be training your rectus abdominis. So those are the muscles that flex your core. So meaning they pull your core in together, and that's what's going to give you that six-pack. So some movements that you can do. One of them Vanya's going to be demonstrating is a hanging leg raise. So you're going to hold onto a bar in a dead hang, and then you're going to bring your knees up into your chest, and you want to think about curling under your tailbone. So that's actually going to engage the core more because, like I said, the rectus abdominis helps to flex the core. Some ways to make this a little bit more difficult is by having your legs straight. And then once that becomes easy, you can add weight. You want to make sure you have progressive overload when you're training your abs, just like any other muscle. So once you get good at regular hanging leg raises, you can start adding in weight.
So in addition to the rectus abdominis, your main six-pack muscles, in order to get those defined abs that a lot of people want to achieve, you want to think about targeting your obliques as well. So instead of just flexing, forward and back, you want to think about adding a rotational component as well. So Victoria's going to demonstrate the same exercise that I was doing, but instead of bringing her knees straight up towards her chest, she's going to rotate and bring her knees up towards her shoulders from side to side. And that'll get the obliques. So when we're thinking about training your core functionally, there are two main purposes that your core muscles serve. First, it's to maintain stability, so your entire torso, all the muscles that work to connect and protect the spine, they have to be able to resist motion in different directions so that you were able to kind of like move your limbs around without hurting your spine. The second purpose is to transfer force from your lower body to your upper body, and then from your upper body to your lower body as well. A good example that I like to use to explain this to my clients is to envision a plywood plank versus the same weight of a mattress. So if you think about having to carry a stiff plank, it's a lot easier to do that versus having to carry a mattress. Because if you have two people holding on to the ends of the mattress, the middle is going to kind of be squishy and fold over, and it's going to be a lot more difficult to carry around. So that's what you want to think about, being a stiff plank throughout your torso, and then whenever you're wanting to do day-to-day activities or sports, you're able to get that power transfer from your lower body to your upper body and vice versa.
There's 4 main functions of the core. First one being anti-rotation, meaning your core is preventing you from twisting. So it's helping to stabilize in that direction. The other one would be anti-extension, so meaning you're resisting the urge to extend through your low back. Another one would be anti-flexion, so you're resisting the urge to flex through your core. And then there's also lateral bending, so bending from your sides.
All right, so for exercises to resist extension, the main one that we all know and love is the standard plank. So again, you want to think about progressively making things more difficult over time as you get better at doing the exercise. So with the plank, generally I like to work with clients up to about a minute, being able to hold that static position. And once they're getting better at that, to make it more difficult, you can do things like decrease the bases of support. So lifting one foot up and having to hold with one foot, or raising one arm up. Yeah, so you're going from 4 points of contact with the floor to 3, or you can do lifting one arm and leg up as well to make it even more difficult. And as you're doing that, you want to make sure that your whole body stays nice and solid so that you're not rotating or shifting from side to side or anything.
So the way you train your core is going to entirely depend on what your goal is. So if you want to get those defined 6-pack abs and obliques, you're going to want to focus on those flexion and rotational exercises. Whereas if you're just trying to build functional strength and you're trying to lift heavy deadlifts and squats and you need that strong torso, you're going to want to focus more so on those functional core movements and resisting rotation, extension, flexion, so that you have a nice stable base.
So that's essentially the basics of core training. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you liked this video, and comment if you have any more questions about how to more specifically train your core, other exercises that you can do, or what other topics that you would like Victoria and I to go over. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.